Trever, Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in the ass.
Hello, and welcome back. Trever has basically unilaterally decided that the thing to do now is jump down a giant hole in the ground. In his defense, it does go a long way down and could very well be a way into the Underdark. To satisfy the immersion aspect of this playthrough, although they will be able to make camp anytime that they want, we will not be interacting with anyone outside the active party or utilizing waypoints that we've previously discovered until we have an actual path back to somewhere we've been before. I don't know how long it'll be until that is the case. We freed Volo from the goblins. He, in turn, gifted Trever with the Blazer of Benevolence for his trouble, on top of promising to craft an epic tale of Trever's heroism. He is currently hanging out in our camp. Wrath held the key to the Grove's treasure vault, which our party was only too happy to accept in return for saving them from the goblins. The goblins have been wholly defeated, though not all have been killed so that they may spread the tales of Trever's power and imposing presence. Which does in turn mean that the roads are safe for the tieflings to continue to Baldur's Gate. And that includes Dammon. Hopefully, by the time he reaches the city, he will have more ideas on how to stabilize Karlach's infernal engine heart. We did unlock a secret passage within the Temple of Selûne. The path is mostly cleared, since not all of the goblins are dead. But that is no real obstacle to go there if that were where Trever so chose to go. He did not. The mountain pass is also open, and Lae'zel is insisting on that path. But Lae'zel was also very petty regarding Trever's rejection of her overt sexual advances, so she can wait. Alright, let's group up and remember to cast Featherfall. And might as well jump.
Beautiful. Lethal.
Broken
The
bones.
Underdark is
Gods,
everything I
what's
thought it'd
happening?
be.
I've never used this particular method to get down to the Underdark before, so this Abyss Jumper inspiration is new to me and also very entertaining to me. It looks like that phase spider we shoved off the ledge so long ago landed here as well. And another function of never having come quite this way before is that I have some difficulty getting my bearings. In my state of disorientation,
I'm heating up.
Nothing will stand in my way.
At least it looks like our party has the initiative, so after spending a few moments pinpointing where the enemy Minotaurs are, we start off by grouping up and having Shadowheart pass out buffs with a potion trick. Okay, so it's good to know it works that way in a low-threat environment. While Shadowheart's new headpiece did in fact give her some health when she healed the others, that secondary healing did not trigger the bless on herself like a direct potion would have.
One, two.
So Karlach rushes into melee first with her superior movement speed.
Need to stay focused.
Nothing important is ever easy.
I am fury. I am death.
Lae'zel starts unloading arrows into the closer Minotaur, starting with an acid arrow to hopefully lower its AC. I'm not sure why this pop-up says Lae'zel is attacking Karlach. It sure didn't look like Karlach was in the way, but I'm certainly not using a bardic inspiration here. And then after missing Karlach, the arrow manages to hit the Minotaur. Here's the combat log entry missing Karlach. And the one hitting the Minotaur, which comes earlier in the log. I'm honestly not entirely sure how this went down, but it looks like the game thought Karlach was in the way somehow. Luckily, the arrow did in fact hit its intended target. Neither of her other arrows had that issue. Not much to be done about it now, I suppose.
Have to keep going.
I tried various options, but a single move here just did not get Shadowheart into a position where she could do anything, so I just have her dash further ahead.
Still on my feet.
And Trever, even with the jump, isn't able to get into melee. But he'll try a vicious mockery.
Pay attention, thou necrotic stuff.
Both Minotaurs are upon us, and this one appears to be vulnerable to bludgeoning, so Trever punches it.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Of course, a critical miss, and they're too heavy for shoving.
Talk to me.
Well, Karlach is right there.
I'm ready.
The one Minotaur has the giant weapon, so I guess I kind of assumed both did, and Shadowheart commanded the unarmed one to drop, well, nothing.
Swift and lethal.
So, in trying to debuff the fresh one, Lae'zel tries blinding it with a shadow arrow. For the record, missing 5 60% shots in a row is about a 1% chance, so that's fun. Shadowheart pops off an offhand shot. Trever once again tries to punch the bludgeoning vulnerable Minotaur.
Survival is all that matters.
At 2 remaining hit points, hopefully an offhand shot from Shadowheart is enough.
Watch this.
Then Karlach starts working on the fresh
Learn the
Minotaur.
hard way.
Let's finish this. I will ascend.
Where do I go from here?
Can't give up. Not now.
Shadowheart throws a potion at Trever to heal him a bit, and in particular this time, grant him the Blade Ward buff,
I wonder if this is worth
so
the
he can
cost.
provoke from the Minotaur.
Time to strike.
And let Lae'zel get away to start firing.
Let's end this.
We are having terrible rolls this fight, but at least it's blinded.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
And we should be able to finish it off this round with standard attacks.
Swift and lethal. Need to act fast.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Time to push my luck again. Death won't take me yet.
Or not. But at least the Bardic Inspiration saved Karlach from a hit.
Time to strike.
Surely he can't last another
Can't even
round.
catch my breath.
Finally.
What's hiding here?
This Amulet of the Unworthy is the culprit that was providing the Minotaur with slashing resistance and bludgeoning vulnerability. I suppose we could micromanage putting this on and taking it off again based on what we're facing, but honestly, that's more work than it's worth, I think, so I won't be
Wish I
doing
had a
it.
bag of holding.
More are coming.
Your mind is a canyon, and the words echo from every crevasse.
They're coming. They're coming.
Trever is trying to get the voices out of his head, not invite more in. He says out loud that whoever this is, they're not welcome here.
They're coming. You're coming.
Best be on my way.
Whatever that was, Trever did not like it. It makes him nervous and anxious as he continues to explore the area.
Spores. And they're everywhere.
Another Minotaur, though this one seems preoccupied.
Those things are vicious.
This Minotaur is ignoring us and assaulting that gate, and being blasted by beams of light besides. So are we. Whatever it wants, we want it dead, and we can figure out the rest later.
Respite.
That was a short but painful encounter. After a short rest, Trever takes a quick stock of what we're looking at. Okay, well let's see what's lying around out here before risking the
Lae'zel.
light again.
It's dark around here. Would be a terrible shame to lose you for it.
Yes. Do keep your wits shut. Should the dagger suddenly slice your neck, we may never know who's to blame.
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Skimming, Trever catches something about massing drow and foolish initiates trying to convert the Underdark or some such nonsense.
For me. Open up. Breathe deep and move.
And here, something about Selûnites making a stand. Selûnites! Down here! They really were fools.
I don't need any attention right now.
Trever wants to see just how close he can get before the beams start firing. The gate is sturdy but bludgeoning vulnerable. If he can get to it, he can break it. He got here without incident just by being careful. Phase 2, the beatdown. Good enough. The beams are coming from that moonstone held by the statue, and it doesn't look too tough. Might have been a bad angle. Maybe if he gets to higher ground. Here goes nothing.
I must keep going.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
I'll take that.
This tome references the Night Song, so Trever actually reads it. According to this, it's not here, and is instead in an old Sharan fortress somewhere in the environs of a place we're already headed, Moonrise Towers. Very interesting. We may be able to claim that prize yet.
With haste.
There is a couple of logbooks in this area that Trever is not patient enough to comb through. From the upper floor, Trever noticed this window was broken out. It looks over a beautiful glowing landscape. Interesting to note. As it turns out, the extra D4 damage Trever would get from an elixir of the Colossus makes the difference between being able to break something that is sturdy or has medium toughness with bludgeoning vulnerability and not being able to break it. He doesn't have that elixir today, so for such objects he will have to break out the maul. In addition to a small bonus to Constitution saves, this Helmet of Smiting grants you temporary hit points equal to your Charisma modifier whenever you apply a condition with a Smite spell.
What a charmer.
The only one of us who can smite at all is Karlach due to being a Zariel Tiefling. Her charisma isn't a bonus, so it wouldn't even do anything for her unless there's an undocumented minimum of 1. And even if that's the case, she's certainly not going to replace the Haste Helm for that.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Don't burn yourself. Me?
Still breathing, despite everything.
A maul, a heroism spell, and a bottle of water in case it's a fire blast. That's how Trevor's going to handle this trap. Luminous Armor is a medium armor with a base AC of 15 that is missing the typical disadvantage to stealth checks. In addition, it has the Radiating Shockwave property, such that whenever the wearer deals radiant damage, they cause a radiant shockwave. The shockwave inflicts Radiating Orb in a 3-meter radius. And Radiating Orbs give the affected entity -1 to attack for each remaining turn. It can stack up to 10 turns, and every time the creature makes an attack, they reduce the duration by 2 turns. By itself, the Luminous Armor doesn't give out Radiating Orbs very effectively, but it has the same armor class as the Githyanki breastplates, and does have a magical effect, which makes it a strict upgrade for someone who can deal radiant damage. So, to Shadowheart it goes. Plus, she's happy to get out of Githyanki plate.
Moving ahead.
What am I to do?
Looking ahead. One day I'll catch a break.
This is the puzzle room in the Selûnite Temple. That means our party now has a direct path back to the surface, and the rest of our companions can in fact validly join us at camp. Let's head back down.
for battle.
Objective noted.
Can't give up now. Should mind my step.
Shadowheart's alertness feat means our team gets to do something on the first round here. The Spectator has Panicked Sentinel, meaning it will fire a random eye ray at any creature it can see that moves within 6 meters of it. Its legendary action is Ocular Nightmare, which will happen the next time it is struck after accumulating 5 paranoid dreams. When it goes off, it will possibly wound, confuse, paralyze, and frighten all enemies within 20 meters. That is a gigantic area of effect, and it lasts 2 turns. And it looks like each time the Spectator is struck, it will gain a paranoid dream, and each time it uses an eye ray, it will lose 1 paranoid dream. So taken together, basically what this means is, we don't want to bother hitting it with small attacks, and there could be some value in trying to space out enough attacks to avoid triggering the Ocular Nightmare entirely. I don't yet know how feasible that will be. Well, Shadowheart will start with an upcasted Guiding Bolt. Might as well bless herself and Trever with a potion trick first.
Last much longer.
This drow appears to be under the Spectator's charm, and any damage could break it. So Karlach moves out of the darkness, provoking the Panic Sentinel reaction from the Spectator.
Over there.
And tosses an Alchemist Fire, hoping to break Dorn out of his charm. That being a success, she bear rages and begins attacking the spectator in earnest.
Still breathing, despite everything.
The spectator is far too massive to throw around. But something like this deserves resources, so Trever giant rages.
With haste.
And loses the rest of his turn to a paralyzing eye ray. Immobilized by fear, Lae'zel can't even Misty Step to a better position. There's another charmed drow on the loose, so Lae'zel fires a non-sharpshooter shot to break its charm. It was supposed to be an offhand shot, but I clicked the wrong icon. Working against disadvantage, Lae'zel keeps Sharpshooter off because she really wants to land a shadow arrow to blind the spectator. And once blinded, she turns Sharpshooter back on for her remaining shots, including Action Surge.
Onward.
Shadowheart is very hurt, so she uses a greater healing potion on herself and Karlach to get the potion itself, plus the additional healing from Wapira's crown, along with the temporary hit points and buffs for them both. And then, Bone Chill overtold the dead to take advantage of it being blinded. It's got 4 stacks of Paranoid Dreams, so if we're going to slow down attacks, now would be the time. Karlach does not.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Our team suffers for this, and I'm wondering if I haven't just shot the run.
Not Lae'zel. It can't be.
Thankfully, Karlach and Trever are in decent shape. I go in for the smite, but I neglect to select the variant, so they're just regular attacks.
I won't give in. Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Damn, a frightened ray prevents Trever from getting to the spectator to punch it for the nearly sure win. But he really doesn't want the spectator to get another turn, so he creates a fire surface, drinks a speed potion, and he was planning to throw a smoke powder barrel, but at only 5 hit points left, he goes with a single bomb instead.
And worse, what were they doing here?
Luckily, no one has actually died. Let's gather our party and heal up a bit before talking to the no longer petrified, now neutral, drow warriors.
Better not die on me. I'm done. I can't wait to sleep. Dawn.
The drow is silent.
So, yes, we the players saw Dorn's nameplate and know he got killed by the spectator, but Trever does not know who Dorn is, so that's his first question.
The wizard. Our employer.
Trever cheekily insinuates his own superiority by pointing out how the spectator got the better of the drow, and asking them, weren't they prepared?
No. Not this time. Dawn hired us, promised riches. Then Zargrim came, Dawn's old friend. They fought, loud and nasty. Zargrim summoned the spectator and ran.
Trever fishes for more information regarding this fight between Dorn and Zargrim.
First they argued about a pact, a forge. Then came spells. You know the rest.
May as well see if he's got anything to trade. A single gold piece? Well, here, have a skull. Now, where are these drow planning to go next?
Home.
Running off home is fine. Trever sees no reason to further antagonize the drow.
Oh, my head. By the demon web. It has been so long. Dawn dead. I need to think. What happened? Oh, by Loth. Of course. Dawn. Damn.
Enough waiting. I crave blood. Assume nothing.
What's cooking? Marching?
Let's get on with it.
Like its will be done.
Let's move. Is that blood? No, never mind. Might be useful.
The Blast Pendant is an amulet item that gives you the Lightning Blast ability, which is a bonus action that you can perform once per long rest that will consume all your remaining lightning charges to infuse your next lightning spell or cantrip with additional lightning damage equal to the charges consumed. This is not really useful to anyone on our party with our current itemization or spell loadout. Coiled shadows move within the memory shard crystal as if something were trapped within. Trever will have to inspect it closer. This icy helve is the ice-cold handle of what must have once been a staff. A single screw sticks out from the top. Doesn't seem like it's very useful on its own. Trever will stow the helve in his pack so it doesn't accidentally get sold.
A dull crystal, glowing only faintly.
He's not skilled in Arcana, but Trever will attempt to determine the memory shard's function.
You heard its like described before. A memory shard used to store brief mental impressions from the user's mind.
He's come this far, may as well probe at the thoughts within.
The crystal's glow swells, drawing you into its depths. You are transported somewhere deep, loud, and hot as the hells themselves. Within the Underdark's bowels, beyond an ancient stronghold, hovers a giant hammer, waiting to fall. An echoing clang, and you're back to yourself, left only with a firm sense of a place, a grand forge.
The Spectator Eyes is also an amulet, this one granting once per long rest access to each of the necromancy spells Ray of Fear and Wounding Ray. Ray of Fear can frighten the target for 2 turns, and Wounding Ray deals 2d8 necrotic damage with a Constitution save for half. Trevor's Amulet of Selune's Chosen isn't something he really needs to keep equipped at all times, so he'll switch that out for Shadowheart's Amulet of Misty Step, and Shadowheart will wear the Spectator Eyes. And as a side note, Lae'zel will put the silver pendant back on so that she can have a concentration effect to work with her Boots of Striding.
these boots have seen everything. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Bet that will fit in my pack.
With clear, noxious fumes spewing from the ground, Trever halts here and observes his surroundings in greater detail. A backpack blocking a vent with a lit torch nearby. He'll have to be careful there. Trever decides his best course of action is to block the vents with large objects, so he goes back to the fortress to retrieve some crates.
What's in here? Step carefully. There's a trap. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Something's on my mind.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Eager for battle.
Long way to go still. No time to waste.
Let's get going.
Whatever it takes. I see a way.
On top of being resistant to all non-magical physical damage, this Bulette has the legendary action Shredding Scales, which it can use upon being hit for the first time each round as long as it has its diamond scales. These Shredding Scales deal 3d6 slashing damage in an area around it that possibly causes targets to bleed for 2 turns with a dexterity save for half. The diamond scales themselves is a pool of 100 temporary hit points that give it grounded and essentially gives it a sturdy rating of 15. Grounded meaning the Bulette cannot be moved by any external force while it has those diamond scales. So, while it has the diamond scales up, there's no point in trying to damage it with any small attacks. Lae'zel is not a high enough level arcane archer to be able to overcome resistance with her arrows as though they were magical, but she does hope to blind it with a shadow arrow anyway.
Let's go.
While Karlach is still at range, she throws an alchemist fire to create a fire surface, even though the fire itself will definitely not crack the diamond scales.
Good idea, Karlach.
I can't waste any more time. What do we have here? Best be on my way.
It will allow a smoke powder barrel to go off, which definitely should. It looks like the Bulette took some damage even though I saw zeros on the screen. Hang on a bit. Here it says Karlach blasted it for 28 force damage. I guess that's because it was her fire that exploded the barrel? During editing, I was able to tell that the 28 force damage was hidden behind the 0 that I saw. It was clearly visible for a single frame, and that 0 force damage was from the secondary shockwave. Okay, I now understand what happened. Let's continue.
Can't afford to stay idle. Need to press onward.
Bone Chill is unlikely to deal damage because Shadowheart would need to roll nearly maximum on 2d8. But in this case, Toll the Dead is no better because the Bulette is not missing any actual health. And we do learn that the secondary effects will happen even if the damage doesn't overcome the diamond scales.
What should I do?
Karlach does have a magical weapon, and she doesn't mind standing in alchemist fire too much, so she'll rage and go over to attack.
The hammer's gonna fall.
Lae'zel still wants to try to at least blind it. A near max critical hit with sharpshooter on and still below the damage threshold. Lae'zel cannot damage the diamond scales with her bows.
My faith will protect me.
Blood comes easy these days.
But Karlach sure can with her glaive.
Jimmy on the go.
A second level guiding bolt should be enough to damage it most of the time.
I am fury. I am death.
What now?
And hopefully a smoke powder bomb can remove the last 2 points of diamond scales.
Here goes nothing.
I am fury. I am death.
Nice. With the diamond scales gone, Lae'zel can start actually damaging it with arrows. She'll start with a piercing shot to get more mileage out of them all. And the rest should be smooth sailing. Karlach moves in. Huh. It escaped. But interestingly enough, I only saw it regain 39 hit points post-combat, where it was missing over 100. Perhaps if we see it again, it will already be wounded. Medium toughness and no bludgeoning vulnerability means Trever will have to get creative to break this chest open. Blah blah blah. Trever gets as far as praise be to Loth and loses interest. Let's see if this will be a high enough drop to do the trick. Yep, one more toss. More Loth worship nonsense. This Drow studded leather armor is a set of light armor with a base AC of 12 that grants +1 to stealth. We're not really the party to make use of it, but let's send it to Astarion as an option.
Action, not reaction. Attacker. Quickly then.
Never a dull moment. How much farther can I go?
Did something dig this?
We spent some time looking, but I was never able to find what Shadowheart was referring to.
Indolence breeds madness.
No one back home will ever believe this.
The Helmet of Autonomy is a light armor helmet that grants its wearer proficiency in wisdom saving throws. Pretty much anyone who isn't already proficient can benefit from this because wisdom saving throws are good ones to be able to make more often. Lae'zel does not already have proficiency, and her current headgear is really more of a key to certain areas of the grove, so she can wear the helmet.
Alright, what now? Have to keep going. Always room for more. What to do?
Let's march!
I've got a long road ahead. No one back home will ever believe this. Swift as my feet can carry me.
This is a very strange sight for Trever. What in the hells is happening? Trever goes and tries to engage with one of the fish people on the outskirts to see what happens.
creature is lost in devotion, you might as well not exist.
Huh. The one in the center appears to be a leader, at least.
Our blood to fill your oceans, O blessed Boal. Our bones to build your temple in the deep.
A wave of pure devotion washes over you, and with every surge you feel a presence grow in response.
Purge, priest. Promises. Your god wants proof. Wants blood.
You don't recognize the creatures, but this voice seems to have a hold over them.
You, our Lord of Murder, demands sacrifice. You will be an offering for the great god Boal.
Trever is mostly confused at this point, but he may recall something from his bardic histories. We're full on inspiration, so... Curiosity gets the better of me here, and I try one more time.
Boal is not a recorded Kuatoa god, but the species is susceptible to mind control and trickery. This wouldn't be their first pretender god.
Trever sees an opportunity to put his crowd-working ability to use. He is not your real god!
Not real?
You sense a flicker of doubt, brief but enough. For an instant, the godly presence falters.
Trever is caught up in his own self-aggrandization, and he's certainly open to taking on worshippers. Look at me! If there's any god of death here, it's me! I really want this to work out, so I spend another inspiration. But I can't justify the last one.
No. No. You lie.
Yes, priest. Trust Boal. That was a heretic. So start cutting.
Trever is not about to beg for his life from fish. Attack! Aside from Trever, the party is already grouped up pretty nicely, so this is a good, efficient potion trick opener. An offense will begin with a doubled bone chill.
I got this.
Karlach attacks the adjacent fish.
What's it gonna take? Knees high.
Then climbs up to the hunter on the platform. A nice critical one-shot. That allows her to use her superior movement speed to return to the melee.
Victory awaits.
The Kuatones are all grouped up, just begging for bursting arrows. And Lae'zel's offhand will go towards the false god.
No choice but to keep going.
Trever starts a giant's rage. And throws one of the worshippers at their own idol. Now that enemies are wounded, Shadowheart starts with a twinned Toll the Dead.
This is gonna feel good.
Never a dull moment.
Trever throws Boal himself off the dais and onto another fish. And shoves another for good measure.
Alright, Karlach.
Oh
It's go
look,
time.
Boal is prone and within Karlach's reach. That's not going to go well for him.
Victory awaits.
Lae'zel continues focusing on killing off the false god. Even turning off Sharpshooter for the last hit point. Shadowheart continues the attrition with twinned Toll the Deads.
Well, so much for peace.
Trever picks up this fish to try to finish off that fish, and then starts making his way as quickly as he can over to the hunters that have been firing at him.
Can't afford to let up.
Ready for another round?
Karlach will brutalize the prone Kuo-toa.
What's the plan? Time to strike.
Which Lae'zel is more than happy to finish off before moving to other targets. Then an offhand pot shot from Shadowheart.
Another fight. Let's go.
Trever starts this round off by shoving the Kuo-toa off the ledge. But I guess this is their home, so instead he throws it down to the lower platform for the others. And moves to menace the other hunter. The remainder of this fight is comprised almost entirely of standard attacks and cantrips.
Put him up. I will ascend.
Can't even catch my breath.
Though there is this moment where Trever leaps down upon the Kuo-toa he just threw, and that was a decent chunk of crushing damage in his giant rage.
Anything of use?
There does exist a dialogue path where you can be gifted the Sickle of Boal, and it will have magical properties. But now that Boal himself is dead, it is functionally a normal sickle, useless for our party.
If not over, then through.
That might be worth a look.
This note catches Trevor's eye, and it appears to be written by Doni, who was the mute tiefling child, to his father that he appears to have lost in some kind of tragedy. This scroll is about venerating the actual god Baal, and Trever supposes it was likely the inspiration for the sham of a god they just killed.
What's inside? That's curious. That's curious.
Indolence breeds madness.
Let's get going.
This chest is vulnerable to bludgeoning, so out comes the maul. The Slippery Chain Shirt is a medium armor with a base AC of 13 that is missing the typical medium armor feature of disadvantage to stealth. It also has the Cautious Healer feature, such that when the wearer heals a creature, it automatically disengages and does not provoke opportunity attacks. This could be a useful tactical ability, but the base AC is low enough for a medium armor slot that I have trouble imagining a build that would want this over other available options.
On my way. Don't mind if I do. Let's have a look.
Alright, I'm going to do my off-camera looting, and then it will be time for a long rest. Let's go up to this platform to make camp, just in case the ones that are knocked out get back up. Since we have found our way back to the surface, we can go ahead and have whatever camp conversations we need to.
Something's on my mind.
Hey, you.
Trever and Karlach haven't had much time to follow up with each other yet. He would love to be able to touch her properly.
Where would you start?
But he does want to escalate things properly as well, without rushing. He would take her hand in his.
And put it somewhere interesting, I hope. God, we better find a way to cool me off soon. I'm not sure how much more of this I can take.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
See if Shadowheart has anything new to say.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Trever asks her opinion of what happened at the Grove.
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
Looking at something?
Trever is marginally curious. What is Astarion doing?
I'm looking too, but not seeing very much. Another quirk of my affliction.
Trever can't really say vanity is a weakness when he indulges in it so much himself. He asks if Astarion misses seeing his own face.
Preening in the looking glass? Petty vanity? Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red.
Trever wonders what color his eyes were before that.
I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost.
This is one of those times where there's not really a good option for Trever. It goes from too friendly in both of the first two choices to a bit too far attacking Astarion's looks in the third. It would be nice if there were something a little bit more neutral. Trever will go with admitting that Astarion is objectively a handsome man and saying he likes what he sees.
And what do you see? Exactly.
But then Astarion ruins it by seeking further validation. Out of patience, Trever says he sees someone who's wasting his time.
Oh, pardon. I didn't want to inconvenience you with my age-old curse. Have a good night.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. You haven't been using the parasite's power. You think you don't need it. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
Trever does not yet fully trust the Dream Visitor, but he's not quite to the point of being rude about it yet. So he sticks to the business at hand. He'll just say that Halsin mentioned the tadpoles have been modified.
Yes. Halsin is correct. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You are lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
Trever asks just how the Dream Visitor knows so much about the tadpoles.
I have kept a careful watch on the movements of the cult. Though the Absolute's aims are not yet clear to me, its methods are. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. You witnessed it yourself with Priestess Gut. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
Alright, Trever now directly asks just who she is.
It's complicated, but I'm an adventurer, just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go.
And what is going on over there?
The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Time to see what everyone thinks of the latest dream visit.
Another dream. Another order from that dubious visitor. It announced that we will find the answers we seek in the Absolute Cultist's lair, and offered another generous gift.
Just a quick note, the references we're about to see to a new gift or a new power from various companions, I believe those are holdovers from early access where the tadpole progression was different.
A persuasive creature. It tempts us with power, expresses its admiration, its adoration. Avert your eyes whenever it appears, and do not avail yourself of this new power, no matter how alluring. You've no idea what damage it could do to us, how far into illithid madness it could drag us.
Trever reassures Lae'zel that he distrusts the dream visitor as well, and has no intention of using tadpole powers.
Well chosen. Battles are won with swords, not mind games born of brainworms. And there will come a battle, of that I'm most certain. The one truth that fell out of the dream figure's cankered lips.
Does Lae'zel think the strange figure will come back?
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still.
Trever is pretty sure this master is the Absolute, right?
Perhaps. Absolute may be a mere pseudonym behind which this master hides. Whatever this voice, whomever this master, it dominates dreams and unites minds.
Another visit from the Golden Paladin. It said we'll get the answers we need about the tadpole if we infiltrate the cult.
Trever tells her this feels like a trap to him, and he doesn't think we should indulge the dream visitor at all.
Agreed. A bit of shiny armor doesn't impress me that much. I don't want to get taken in by a pretty offer and pay the price later on.
Trever also decides to ask Karlach what it's like to not be able to touch anyone for so long.
Sad. I couldn't let myself feel sad in the Hells. Letting my guard down would have been a death sentence. And letting, say, a Cambion near me would have been disastrous. I thought it best to just keep my distance. But loneliness that deep gets into the marrow. Now that I'm here, among friends, I can feel it burning out of me. Little by little, step by step.
I had another visit from that dream figure. I take it you did too. It claims that if we infiltrate the heart of the cult that's giving out these parasites, we'll find the answers we're looking for. It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous, if you ask me.
Trever doesn't like it. This whole thing feels like a trap to him.
On the one hand, you're right. On the other, don't be so wet behind the ears. Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
What does Astarion think is waiting at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
I had another dream. Which, I suppose, means you did as well. Whoever's reaching out to us truly does seem opposed to the Absolute, but wants us to embrace the tadpole. Venture right into the heart of the cult. Perhaps we truly have a secret protector. Or we're walking into a trap.
Just what Trever thought. He doesn't feel the need to say anything.
I've been dreaming of our enigmatic visitor again. She told me our purpose was to take on this cult of the Absolute, to infiltrate its ranks and bring it down from the inside. She even offered me greater powers, the result of some manipulation of the tadpole's psionic abilities. Given the magnitude of what we're up against, I see no harm in considering the benefit this offer might afford us. Could be the only way to reach this source in one piece.
Maybe. Trever still doesn't trust the Dream Visitor's intentions, though.
I suppose you're right. We still see only a part of the picture, however much our visitor claims to show the full vista of options at our disposal. I can't deny my curiosity, but, as you say, no harm in delaying it, for now at least.
I had another dream last night. The visitor came to me and ordered me to penetrate the heart of the very cult that's spreading the infection. It gave me a tadpole gift too, just like it did the first time it appeared. I suppose it hoped this would help. At first, I thought we should avoid these gifts no matter what advantage we gain. And yet, I can't help recall the words of my father. The best plan is the one that works. These powers could be enough to edge us towards victory.
And, just like he's told everyone else, he tells Will this feels like being led into a trap.
Then we do well to walk around it. Use these powers sparingly, if you must use them at all.
It looks like any of the Kuo-Tuans that survived have fled the scene, so we don't have to deal with them now.
Moving in.
We appear to have stumbled on some kind of structure down here in the Underdark. We will have to see where that goes next time. You all have a good one.